What kind of world do you want to pass on? And what are you doing today to make that happen? It's easy to dream of a better future, but dreams don't build legacies. Actions do.
When you often think about what's best for yourself, have you ever stopped to consider what's best for the environment? As urban residents, you may often feel disconnected from the environment. But in reality, your actions have a powerful impact.
But before we dive deeper, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Sustainability isn't just a trend, it's a response to growing global issues.
Did you know that a large portion of the electricity used worldwide still comes from non-renewable sources? According to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, or the EISI, fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas have been powering economies for over 150 years. And currently, they supply about 80% of the world's energy. However, the more that we burn these fuels, the more that climate change happens.
Today, we want to talk about these four connections. We want to define and explain the application of the four key areas: energy resources, water resources, soil resources, and waste management. By the end, we hope you will see how these are not separated issues, but rather a single interconnected system, and how your actions is a vital part.
Let's begin by discussing the very foundation of the modern world: energy resources. Energy is the force that powers our daily lives, and it comes in two main forms: non-renewable and renewable. Non-renewable sources such as coal, oil, and natural gas are limited and have been used for decades. On the other hand, renewable sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal naturally replenish and are much cleaner from the environment. In the Philippines, over 79% of electricity still comes from fossil fuels. However, burning them releases harmful greenhouse gases that trap heat in our atmosphere, causing the phenomenon that we know as climate change. This leads to stronger typhoons, disrupted weather patterns, and rising health risks from air pollution. To build a safer and a more resilient future, it is high time that we shift to clean energy. Renewable sources produce far fewer emissions, don't run out, and investing in them means protecting our environment, improving public health, and creating a more sustainable Philippines.
Next, we turn to water, the lifeblood of our planet. We get from two main sources: surface water found in rivers and lakes, and groundwater, which is stored beneath the Earth's surface. Water is vital for everything from agriculture and sanitation to supporting the entire ecosystem. However, our water is under threat. While the Philippines is rich in water resources, our surface and groundwater sources are often compromised by pollution. Human activities like improperly disposing of wastewater and garbage can contaminate rivers and seas with toxic chemicals and sewage. This not only endangers marine life but also make freshwater sources unsafe for human use, reducing the clean water available to us all.
Just as water is essential, so is soil, the very foundation of our food supply. As highly agricultural country, the Philippines relies on its soil to grow crucial crops like rice, corn, and coconuts. Healthy soil is also vital for supporting our forests and the biodiversity they hold. But our soil is also danger for land management driven by human activities, is causing it to degrade faster than it can recover. Intensive agriculture that relies on synthetic fertilizer and uncontrolled urban development that removes nutrient rise of topsoil and improper waste disposal, releases toxin into the ground or contribute to problem known as soil degradation. This makes the land less viable for farming and increases the risk of erosion.
This leads to our final point, waste. The waste we produce, whether it's solid, liquid, or gaseous waste, this waste doesn't just disappear. Improper waste handling creates a chain reaction of negative consequences that circles back to affect our health and our environment. Uncollected garbage attracts pests and blocks drainage, leading to the spread of diseases. When trash chemicals are dumped, they directly pollute our water and soil, making them unusable and dangerous. And that gaseous waste from vehicle exhaust and open burning of trash releases harmful pollutants into the air we breathe, increasing our risk of respiratory and heart problems.
Energy, water, soil, and waste may seem like separate issues, but they are actually deeply connected. When we burn fossil fuels for energy, it pollutes the air and causes acid rain, which harms both water and soil. Poor waste management also adds up to the problem by contaminating rivers and farmlands with toxic substances. Cleaning up that pollution, whether it's treating water or managing waste, requires even more energy. Each resource affects the others, forming a cycle where damages in one area leads to problems to the rest. So to protect our environment, we must treat these systems as one.
Taking action on this complex issue starts with simple, consistent choices, and you can make every day. By understanding these steps, you become an active participant in building a more sustainable future.
You can start by practicing energy efficiency in your daily life. This means making a habit of turning off lights when you leave a room and unplugging electronics that aren't in use. Furthermore, supporting the use of clean energy sources like solar and wind power helps to reduce your personal carbon footprint and contributes to a healthier environment for everyone.
Water conservation is also crucial. You can do your part by being mindful of your water usage. Simple actions like taking shorter showers and fixing leaky faucets can save thousands of liters of water each year. It's also vital to prevent pollution. Avoiding pouring chemicals, oils, or hazardous materials down the drain, and always dispose of your water properly to keep it from contaminating our precious water.
To protect soil health, you can reduce waste at home by composting organic materials like food crops and yard trimmings. This practice will not only keep waste out of landfills but also creates a nutrient-rich soil on other vegetation, but which helps to prevent soil erosion and support local biodiversity.
Effective waste management begins with a few key habits. You can start by practicing waste segregation in your home, separating recyclables like the plastics, plastic bottles, glass, and paper from other trash. Most importantly, you can reduce your consumption of single-use plastics and support local recycling programs. These choices help to create a more sustainable, circular economy where resources are reused and repurposed instead of being thrown away. All of these small, consistent choices you make every day are the key. To wrap things up, we've seen how your reliance on fossil fuels pollutes the environment and how your actions can threaten your water supply, how poor land management degrades the soil that feeds you, and how your waste comes back to harm the every systems that support you.
The central idea is this: These are not separate issues. Our energy use, water consumption, soil health, and waste management are all parts of a single interconnected system. Your choices, whether big or small, create a ripple effect that either contributes to the problem or becomes a vital part of the solution.
So we ask you again, what kind of world do you want to pass on? And what are you doing today to make that happen?
Because the future isn't some distant dream, it's being shaped right now by the choices we make every single day.
Is it how we use energy, how we manage waste management, and how care our land and water?
We've seen how these issues connect and why they matter. Awareness is important, but it's not enough.
Understanding the problems is only the first step. What we choose to do with that knowledge is what shapes the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.